No for that.
Can I have a bottle?
There's one here.
Is that supposed to be disrespectful, or do you actually just want a bottle?
No, I'm just saying.
We actually have someone with us that I want to give some credit to because he's absolutely killing it. From streaming, from TikTok to AFTV. The man is killing it in content creation. Mr. Nick Stav. I need everyone to fucking clap right now, alright? Young and shining, brother.
That's the warmest welcome I've ever got in my life. I don't think I'll get a warmer one than that. But no, it's a pleasure to be on the couch.
Welcome, brother, welcome. But how are you feeling, bro?
I've succumbed from my loss a bit now. Trying to lighten up. Hopefully we can get a win against Chelsea.
What was that, tonight?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
So, yeah, hopefully that makes me feel a bit warmer, but yeah, it's tough.
I got something to make you feel better.
Yeah.
Alcohol?
Not this is Lebanese alcohol.
Yeah, we don't drown. We're not going to drown our guests in his sorrows right now.
So we've got something that when producer Mo decides it's time for him to bring it over, we'll get it in front of you. This is something that's a bit of a theme on our couch page now. Is just when we have a guest on, we start off with a dessert.
Okay.
To make sure that...
Basically, we're just trying to make everyone fat.
Okay.
Basically, that's all it is.
Nick, what you have in front of you is called NUTELLA ZNOUD.
The 100th time I'm going to introduce this. If you haven't tried it, there's really something wrong with you. If you're allergic to Nutella, just, I don't know, the door's there. Don't come back because this is all we eat here. Nick Stav, let me know how you go with this. We're going to go straight into it. I don't usually be clean and stuff.
Yeah, we usually eat with our hands. This is the first time we're sophisticated with forks. Thank you,
Bro, that's good. I didn't expect it to be warm in the middle, but I like that. I like that.
Fred, you didn't get a ZNOUD yet? Go grab one, bro.
I got one.
Oh, where'd it go?
Smashed it.
Fucking vaporize that shit, man.
Quality. Get that into the Greek culture. I need to have that more often.
I didn't even finish
No,
mine.
I really like the middle of that. That's it. I haven't had
As we say in Lebanese, sahtan. That means enjoy. And let's get straight into the football. That's what we do.
As a little sidestep from football, our friend Nicky has been to Europe recently to watch some football. A very, very unique experience and something that not a lot of us will ever get to experience or have the chance to. So tell us a little bit about it. How did it come about? I mean, how was it?
It's kind of crazy. How it came about was like I got a call through WhatsApp, and it was like, I don't know, WhatsApp, you have like a profile picture. The profile picture was some weird profile picture. I don't know why I answered the call. I answered the call, and like you're skeptical. I was like, hello? And he was like, hey man, it's just Aaron from Optus Sport. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh fuck. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, man? Great to hear from you. And then it was like early in the morning, a Thursday morning, and then he's like, hey, just letting you know, we've got an opportunity where we want to fly someone out to watch a Real Madrid game for La Liga. I'm thinking, bro, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, you reckon you'll be able to do it? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'll be able to do it. Trust me, it's all good. I'll free up anything. And then I still go to uni and things like that. So those 2 weeks, fuck that. I'm canning that to go to what it was.
Bro, delete them.
But yeah, the experience, I went to Cadiz in Spain, which is like south of Spain, to follow their club. And you're going behind the scenes. I got to meet Alvaro Negredo, like a Man City fan. Streets won't forget him.
The beast.
Yeah, he's old now though. He's old. He was nice. Got a photo with him. But bro, when I was on the pitch of that game, because the players were arriving.
I seen that video, and that's the one that got me, bro. I was like, wow,
bro,
that's
they were there. But the thing was, because I was with La Liga, I wasn't allowed to actually say anything to them. You're not allowed because they're pre-match. They're supposed to be focused, so you can't push them off their focus, which is annoying because like Valverde, fans are here and Valverde's signing shit, and like he's fucking right there, and I can't take a photo with him.
So you can't. What's the reason for you can't take a photo and the fans can?
Because I was with like the La Liga staff, if you know what I mean. So I couldn't like break his focus. But then after the game, you're allowed to. They got a spot. A few players came past. I don't know, Odriozola is like one of their backup right backs. Got a photo with him. Then like 2 players went in, and then the security guy just kicks us out.
I seen that. Yeah,
he just kicks us out. And like, bro, we're waiting for like Benzema and stuff to come past. But I got to see him before, which was sick anyway. But it was a top trip.
And you got to see your team Arsenal play live, albeit it wasn't the result you wanted.
Yeah.
But that's fine. What was that like?
That's a dream. Like it's something I've always said to my dad, I'm going to be there one day, And it felt a bit better. I was actually saying it today. I don't know if you know Claude's, one of the guys I work with. Felt better because it was almost like I kind of earned it. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like, I kind of earned it from doing my stuff online that trip, which felt was like, shit, like I'm fucking here because like what I did, which
You're
was
killing it, bro.
like it did feel really good, but the fact that I got to experience a whole match day was different because I actually went to the Emirates in 2018, but I didn't get to watch a game because we went to go visit family in Greece, so we couldn't like it was during the summertime because you want to go to Greece in summer, do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I couldn't go watch a game then, but to go watch it now, regardless of the result, you know, I was actually lucky we had a comeback in that game. That's it, because it was 88th minute goal, 3-2, and then 90th we equalised.
Something to experience.
Oh, bro, I was convinced we were going to win. I was convinced.
When you're there and the crowd's roaring,
bro, it's roaring. I'm hugging this random guy to the right of me, hugging him, and he's spilling to me how much he hates Fabio Vieira. Like, that's just the whole English culture. You just loved it.
If it was English, we love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's actual match day look like? Like, did you go to the pub before? Did you? What did you do for the
I
whole
got a
match
lot
day?
of messages like what to do. Like I was like, hey bro, where do I go? Some people reckon go to the pub. Some people reckon go somewhere else. What I did with my dad was like, okay, we heard that there's actually like you go train station, you get off, but like there's actually a station called Arsenal. You get off at Arsenal to go to the game. Where we got told actually get off the station before
Holloway Road.
Holloway Road. It's exactly where we got off.
Yeah.
And you do the walk and you go past all the stores, you go past all the markets with the scarves. They sell the scarves.
The
That's what
jerk
it's about.
chicken, the hot
Yes,
dogs.
the jerk chicken, and that just shows like the different cultures in England as well, because you don't have a strong Jamaican culture here, where that like you got the different cultures there like that. But it was just like, bro, the amount of times I lapped at the Emirates before I walked in, like I was not gonna walk in until I soaked up every single second outside the Emirates.
Honestly, very very similar. The Emirates was on match day when you see that whole section of London just turn into an Arsenal section.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They close off the streets. You know, everything's closed off, pedestrians only, and people just walking.
Yeah.
Grabbing scarves.
It's literally a religion, bro.
It is.
Like
it is.
There's
it's
no
rep your club.
Literally till you die, bro.
Yeah, but how? This is the annoying part of it, is after the game trying to get into the train station. What a nightmare.
I had the luxury that because I was waiting to go on AFTV. By the time I got out there, it was like midnight. So it was because the game finished like 10.
What's Robbie like? Go
Oh,
on.
Tell us about your whole AFTV.
Okay, you're my whole.
I want everything.
AFTV.
We have
I'll give you a
time.
whole story. Okay, so man, I don't know if you remember, I made a TikTok. It was like, hey, let's get Nick Stav on AFTV. So I had a couple creators come out to me and go, hey, I can try to get you on here and there and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I was like that'll be sick if you can get me on. One of them reached out to me, was like, hey, if you're here for the next week, I can get you on for the watch along for Man City versus Arsenal. And I was like to him, bro, sorry, bro, I'm going out. Actually, bro, if I was here, bro, I fucking would have jumped in it in a heartbeat. But anyway, and then so that kind of blew over. And then on Wednesday, my dad came in. So like, let's do the stadium tour together. So let's go to the Emirates Tuesday. So we did the stadium tour. Sick, like behind the scenes, but I'm fucking sick. Sitting on the same seat Gabriel Jesus is sitting on. Do you know what I mean? Like that was sick. Anyway, come off. Then we have a cafe across the road from the Emirates. Beautiful spot. You're eating cafe and you turn to the right. Emirates is just there.
I seen that lunch with a view.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And then as you look, there's stairs, and from a distance you can see a guy walking up. My dad's like, "Fuck, bro, you reckon that's Robbie?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, that's too small to be him, bro. I think he's fucking bigger than that. I think he's bigger than that." Anyway, we're like, we got to go get the tube from that way anyway. So we'll walk around there. But if he's there, we've got to walk around there anyway. So walk up the steps, about 20 meters from it. I'm like, fuck that, mate. Bro, that's fucking him. Bro, that's him. I might go up to him like, Robbie, bro, big fan, man, big fan. Came all the way from Australia, bro. Can I please get a photo, whatever. So he get a photo. And then I asked him, I was like, hey, Robbie, in terms of getting an interview after the game, where do I meet you? And he goes, oh, come to the Tony Adams statue. You can try and get an interview if you can. I'm not the type of guy that's like, oh, bro, I'm this fucking big guy on TikTok, whatever. So then I'm just saying that to Robbie. My dad goes, yeah, get him on because he's big on TikTok, mate. And I was like, oh, God. I was like, oh, no. I was like,
We love your dad. We love your dad.
I was like, how is this going to take it? And then his mate next to him that like was doing the recording for him, or he actually recorded the show with him. I went and checked, and then he goes, oh, shit, what's your name on TikTok? So I was like, oh, Nick Stav. Searches up. He goes, fuck, Robbie, bro, he's big. He's big, Robbie. You got to get him on. And then he's like, oh, shit. And then he full listened to my story, how I came from Australia, and I was just talking to him like for I reckon like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
Nice guy?
Yeah, nice guy. I feel for him because on match day they get heckled a lot. You don't see it. Like people walk past and get the fuck out of my club, AFTV, get out of my club. Like they get a lot of that, bro. If you look at some of the interviews, like people are throwing chips at him, like they full hit him in the interview.
That's sad, bro.
Which is annoying because he gets heckled a lot. That's why it was on match day I was lucky because it's a full stampede around him. It's a massive herd. So I only really got through the crowd because I knew the guy there that gets on AFTV a few times, and he goes, "Stav, come with me," and he starts grabs me through the crowd, tapping people on the shoulder. you get an interview? You know, okay, I'm coming in front. And he just dragged me through all the way to the front. And then Robbie saw me. He's like, oh, yeah, I've got to get you on. And then he got me on.
What a legend, bro.
But it was crazy. Troops, that.
Yeah.
Bro, he was like off his rocket. Like,
Yeah, he's always stoned.
Oh, yeah. Bro, they're just passing it around.
Basketball sports, bro.
Who's smoking? I need to hear.
It's very normal there, man. That's the Rasta culture.
Crazy,
Yeah, it's the
crazy.
Rasta
But he
culture.
was off. Like, I was gonna go up and go, hey, Rob, Trips, can I get a photo? And I was like, bro, no way.
You don't know how he's gonna react.
You don't. Because, bro, someone got a
a
photo
loss.
with him, and he's screaming at the phone, boom, like, fuck you. Isn't
Isn't that his persona? That's his persona, though,
yeah,
right?
he's like that. But
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I think if it was like wasn't at the football match, I think it would be different.
Yeah.
When you're there and like
because
you
what
just
the
seen that
circumstance
result.
was. Yeah,
he knows
100%.
that he's got to do an interview now.
Yeah.
It's a bit different, but
Yeah.
man, that's legendary. When you're watching them when you're young and shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why they heckle Robbie, bro, because like he's actually
He's such a nice
he's
guy.
brought no, it's not even just about nice guy, but he's brought a culture. Like I understand that.
His content, it's
But
very,
listen,
very
bro.
controversial, man.
No,
Like,
but
okay,
it's not him. That
Exactly,
does
that's
it.
my
Yeah.
point. It's not just him; it's
Yeah.
him getting the fans' opinion, and
Yeah.
a club is nothing without its fans. So.
Exactly. I think people give him hate because it does sometimes promote toxicity in the fan base. I think because, like, let's be real, I'm sitting there listening to interviews and thinking like, bro, that guy's got no clue what the hell he's saying. But that's just the average
No,
football
but that's
fan.
media
bro.
and it's opinion.
That's just how it is, bro. 80% of the people in a football ground is not going to know what the hell's going on, but you do it because you love your club. Of
course.
And that's why Arsenal fan TV, you got such a massive demographic. Like all those English people have no clue that us in Australia will get up at 2 a.m. to watch these games. They
Talk
don't,
your shit, bro.
They don't understand it.
Talk your shit,
bro. I'm there with one of the TikTokers and I'm telling him, bro, I've got a Everton fan, good mate of mine. He goes to Everton, he wakes up at 2 a.m. to watch Everton. Fuck that. I'd be a glory hunter if I lived in Australia.
Yeah.
Like he's like dead set. Like say in person, I got a lot of love.
Yeah.
Through my TikTok comments, I do get like decent amount of
I've
stick.
read 'em,
Yeah,
yeah, I've read 'em.
but like, what can you do? You can't
Bro, it's
please
normal,
everyone.
bro.
Yeah.
What was that video we done in Qatar?
Oh, the
For
Aboriginal.
the Aboriginal people, hit like 1 million. Like went so viral.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just a lot of people commenting rubbish, and I'm just like,
You can't-
Man, no,
he's
you
doing
can't-
something
yeah,
nice.
You
can't.
cannot please every person. man.
No,
Yeah,
that's
you
what
can't
I've
worry
learned.
about that
Trust
shit.
me.
And when it's a small fan base and like not a small fan base, but like when it's a compact fan base and everyone's so tight knit, you're gonna have all these different opinions
course.
and people feeling
100%.
on either side of the fence. But I get the hate. I honestly do get the hate. Like,
I get it too, but to throw things at people.
yeah, he's the face of it, unfortunately for him. But
Well, he cashes in, so
Yeah, exactly,
exactly.
bro. Imagine getting paid millions to just talk about your club you love. Like, fuck it.
so you saw Arsenal and Southampton play out a 3-3 draw.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of.
I don't even know if that's the beginning, to be honest.
No. It goes back before that. Mandem, you got to keep a diary up here. It goes back before that. So I think it was Liverpool, wasn't it?
What do you think really happened? Like, what went wrong compared to what was happening before?
What I just think, the Arsenal squad got depleted. At the end of the day, you lost your star-started centre-back and William Saliba. I think that contributed to Liverpool result. I wouldn't blame him for, like, I wouldn't say, I'm a big Rob Holding hater, but I wouldn't put hate on Rob Holding for the performances against Southampton, against Man City. That's not him. I just think you're losing your players, and it's the whole naivety of the squad. To go 2-0 up at Anfield, play them off the park for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
And then they get comfortable. I think it's naivety. I also think it's complacency. I think Arsenal got to a certain stage in the season where, fuck, we're 2-0 up at Anfield, we're good. And they're just complacent. They put their foot off the gas. They thought they could do a Man City or Real Madrid and go in the second gear, but we're not good enough to do that. We got crept into old ways. And I still think the key point is holding out that lead at Anfield. I think if Arsenal ended up with that 2-1 win at Anfield, don't get me wrong, they were lucky to get the point.
Yeah,
But
but the first half an hour was unbelievable.
Exactly.
I was actually like watching that game. I was like, they literally deserve to be champions.
Yeah.
Because United knows they came to Anfield. City knows they came to Anfield. It's not hard. It's not easy. Sorry, it's a very hard place. And I'm not just talking about because I'm a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
But Mem's actually experienced it.
Yeah.
Like when Klopp got that red card. He told me, he's like, so I actually couldn't hear my thoughts. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I understand how that could happen at Liverpool, but at the Southampton and the West Ham.
But I feel like it is because they lost it at the last second at Anfield. It's like, shit, we had it there. Because imagine they won that game, it would have been in the media.
Yeah,
Arsenal win at Anfield. That's a Premier League title win there. To do that away, then that would have put their mindset in a different. But because they lost it, it's like, okay, now we got to beat West Ham away. Then they go 2-0 up against West Ham. Then like, oh no, we're the shit again. And then they get complacent again. That's exactly what happened. They got complacent. And then Southampton at home is then when they lost their mindset. And that's when you get too naive that you cannot be dropping points, bottom of the league.
That was crazy. I turned the.
Imagine me sitting there in the crowd. I'm thinking, I flew all the way from Australia, and I was just thinking, like, what are the chances? I flew all the way from Australia to watch my team, top of the league, lose to bottom of the league
Literally,
at home.
first
at
last.
home. You can't script it.
Just with that, so I've been hearing Arsenal fans bring up holding. Look at it like, given your position where Arsenal were, why didn't they go get a centre back and maybe think of a situation where Gabriel or Saliba might have gotten injured?
I don't think it's because I think signing a good centre half that's going to cut it in the second half in the Premier League season is a very hard task to do. I think what they should have done was go out and get a right back, because the way it's worked out here is that Ben White should have then been slotted next to Gabriel.
Because he was good. Because
they did it for a season last season. That was a partnership last season. They were oiled together. Then usually he would have slotted Tomiyasu there at right back. But he's been injured out for the season. So I think they should have gone for a capable right back. At the end of the day, Ben White's trade isn't right back. So to think that we didn't have a proper right back and Tomiyasu and then like didn't have a backup to him, that's the problem. They should have gone for a right back. And I think that's what they should have done. But
didn't they sign
hindsight's a genius.
Marquinhos?
Yeah, but he's a right mid.
Is he young? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought they signed the centre back in the thing as well. Yeah.
That was the Polish guy. But he's a left-footed centre back. They're not going to force him on the right.
TK finished his question, but I think he's got a Man United comment to make.
No.
Are you sure?
They signed Maguire when they signed centre backs. That's the difference.
Bro.
Yeah.
I just think for Arsenal, it's always like, as a Liverpool fan, being in title races after title, pushing City as much as we could. I think it's just Man City, bro. The way they're so good, and that second gear, like you said, that Real Madrid have, that City have, and it's not only that, bro. They have a squad depth.
Yeah.
And if you're an Arsenal player, as much as I don't like to say, like, as much as I wouldn't tell anyone this if I'm an Arsenal player, but you start to think of these things like, bro, they're winning the next game, they won the next game, you know what I mean? Because what are they? They're probably thinking like, because City at the start of the season were not City.
But that's always City. They always do that.
Yeah, but this year was a bit different because Cancelo went, like things happened that impacted how they were going to play and whatnot. So what's wrong, bro?
No. Go on.
So, but I think they looked at the squad and they're like, oh my God, man. And when Gabriel Jesus came out and said, we're a young squad, I smelt the crack straight away.
Yeah.
But it's not over, bro. It's not over. Yesterday, against
Fulham.
Things could have happened.
Everyone was rested.
Yeah, like look at that. Look, Kevin De Bruyne gets rested. They have Julian Alvarez on the bench. But Riyad Mahrez scores a hat-trick in an FA Cup semi-final and he gets benched the next game.
You're telling me.
That's just the luxury
James
of it.
Milner still comes on to this day,
Exactly, bro.
And they got
left back, right back. It's not fair. It's not fair.
What's not fair about it? We invest well.
What did I send you yesterday?
The squad that you've got a super team is the way this is the way I put it to you. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, Arsenal bottom of the league." Okay, listen to this, bro. Man City, your side last year. Look at Liverpool had to go with a top Liverpool side. They went all the way to the depth in that. Liverpool had to push that Man City side.
And pay for no injuries.
Yeah, and Man City won the league. Man City, at the end of the day, should have won the Champions League. They got unlucky, freak of nature, the Rodrigo incident. So Man City then have that elite squad. And then go, okay, Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, flick.
Sterling.
Up Erling, who's the most
best striker
who's the most in-demand player in the world? Kylian Mbappe, Haaland, yep, we'll take you. And they slot him straight in that super team. And then Arsenal go, we'll take the crumbs. There's Jesus, there's Zinchenko, slot them in. But then Arsenal being the team leading the Premier League for 33 games. The way I look at it is that Man City shouldn't even let that situation happen. That's the way I look at it.
I've been saying this from the start. Like,
that's the way it's been. It was always going to happen where Man City were probably going to catch Arsenal in the end. They should have caught Arsenal earlier. You guys beat us in February, it was, and then it's like, league's over. And then you guys dropped points to Nottingham Forest. It was like
the week after.
It was kind of like you guys were letting us slip at times. That's the way I look at it this season. Don't get me wrong. You shouldn't be dropping points to Southampton, West Ham, and that position at Anfield. But Arsenal, the way they're getting crap, like Robbie, you get hate on that Arsenal fan TV. He posted a TikTok. It's like, oh, bro, I think Arsenal can go to Man City and get a result. Everyone in the comments, bro, this guy's so deluded. Then I was so if we think we're going to win at Anfield, we're deluded. But at the Etihad, but we lose at the Etihad, we're bottle jobs. So what's the argument here? Are we deluded to think that we should win, or are we bottle jobs that when we lose? Like, choose the argument here.
It's hard. It's hard to please everyone in the football world, bro.
Personally, I wouldn't call Arsenal bottle jobs. I'll call them overachievers.
Yeah.
Big overachievers.
I say this to I have a good mate that's a big Arsenal fan, and I tell him, bro, like, we bottled the league, this, that. I'm like, listen, man.
Is that Ahmed?
Ahmed, yeah. I tell him, listen, bro, like, it's your first season even challenging when you didn't even know you're going to challenge.
Exactly.
So, like, all these expectations now, like, you can't be happy with this standard now. You know what I mean? Like, you went from, like, bottling fourth last year.
That's what I'm trying to say. Arteta's taken it aside.
Arteta now has the tools, and he can probably go and buy a Caicedo when someone, you know, and
They need to. They need to
because people get complacent, bro.
Yeah.
People get comfortable.
You're
You see it with Arnold. You know, you see
Yeah.
it with Van Dijk in my own team. People start getting comfortable when they have that ability to do that. Go out and get another player. Man, I think next year and the year after, man, if Arteta can get them together and they learn off this season, it's a big step. I don't know
think
why
they
they're
will.
upset.
I agree.
I understand because you're so close.
because you were there.
You're
It's
there.
hard. It was 5
You're there,
games out. It's hard.
But I always say this: you're not there.
No.
Because it's not over, and that's football. It's a crazy sport,
Yeah,
bro. Like
it
it's,
is.
It's too much. Like last night, bro. The roller coaster last night with Liverpool. And, bro,
What
come
a
on.
game.
3-0, 3-3, 4-3. You know what I mean? Like it's just the way football is, bro. And I think that's what we live for, man. That's what we love.
Yeah, and just with that, what are your thoughts on NUTELLA in terms of the
Arteta?
subs? No, not in
I
general.
thought you said Nutella.
It was good. Tell us it was good.
No, just in terms of his game management, I feel like, for
I don't
example,
like it.
some of the
I don't
games
like it.
he's been a bit too stubborn.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
been reluctant to make
Oh.
changes.
So I totally agree with you. I don't think it's the game management. I think it's the setup going straight into the game. You got to look at that game. Look at Man United, how they beat Man City. Sit on the break, hit on the break. How have Liverpool been doing it for years? They've just been counter-attack on Man City. How can you go to the Etihad and set up in the exact same system Man City have when they have better players? You're playing the exact same type of style of football when they've got Erling Haaland. He's better than Gabriel Jesus. Odegaard's good, but De Bruyne is better. Rodri's a great player. Partey's not as good. So you can't go to Man City and play the exact same game they're going to play. The one time we've beaten Pep Guardiola's system was the FA Cup when we had a 10 times worse side and we had 5 at the back, hit Aubameyang on the base for direct.
Literally,
That was a Premier League Cup final. That's what it was. And you got to play the matchup when you're playing a cup final. That game was do or die. If Arsenal went and won at the Etihad, that would have changed the spin of their whole league. And you play a system like that where you try and dominate the ball. The Etihad, bro, we'll try and dominate the ball. And, bro, they're squeezing us. Their press was absolutely immense. They'd squeeze us in the corner and we'd lose the ball like that. And you just can't play a system like that against a side that know how to play it.
But Arsenal don't have that yet.
No,
in them to
no,
change
exactly.
and-
They play that way. They do have the, like you said, they have the same style play. They play that way.
No, they
but
play exactly like you.
Yeah,
But they love to
It's
have
a
the
wish
ball.
version. It's a wish version.
No, but they love to have the ball. You know what I mean?
So do we.
So, so do we.
So, but we'll keep-
but Man United don't love to have the ball against a big team.
Yeah.
They know. They understand what they have. They have a Rashford. They have a Bruno.
Yeah.
One pass is all it takes. You know what I mean? And then you're on the board. Football's a cruel world. Doesn't matter how much possession you have. Doesn't matter anything. And I don't think they have that in them yet to actually. All right, boys. Today we're gonna go out there. Like City now. City yesterday's game, right? Was it yesterday or Fulham? They changed. The second half came out. They went to a back three. What they used to do. In the first half, it was 4-4-2. So they have that ability. They have Bernardo Silvas. They have De Bruyne's players that can play here, play there. Bernardo Silva plays as a left back, bro.
Yeah,
Like
crazy.
think about. I want you to think about that. Imagine, Saka can play that, but imagine Salah playing as a left back.
Yeah.
It just
I always say Bernardo Silva's got to be my favourite player outside.
Oh, he's
of
the best
Arsenal.
player in the league.
Man,
by
I've
far.
never seen a player so great offensively yet defense. Like I still go
Everything.
Go back to that game against Liverpool in 2019. I
Van
think
Dijk.
it was. That was no, not even that one. It was the game where Sane scored and Aguero scored. Like I said, that's the
Yeah,
yeah.
best performance I've ever seen from a player that hasn't contributed to a goal. I've never seen a player run his socks off like Bernardo Silva did that. Yeah.
So good.
Pep says it about him. He says he doesn't get the stats, he doesn't get the assists or the goals, but he's so important to the way we play that it's not normal because his work rate makes up for all the other players that push up and forget to cover.
Yeah.
And when you have him on the pitch, it's like you don't know what's going to happen.
He's got a bit of grub. He's got a bit of grub in him.
As a defender, like you don't know where he's going to come from. If he's going to
Yeah.
come right, left, up, down, like
I've always said he walks into any team in the world as the best player in that
Easily.
team, except our team.
easily.
Yeah.
Well, who's the best player in your thing?
In our team, Kevin. Yeah.
I think more talented is the Bernardo Silva.
100%. Bernardo's more talented, but if you made me choose between Kevin or Bernardo in the starting lineup, I'll choose Kevin.
Where do you rank Kevin De Bruyne best Premier League midfielder?
He
of
says
all
number
time?
one.
Nah,
I say number one.
best of all time.
Premier League of all time. Number one.
Well, by the time he's finished his career with City, he'll be number one.
He'll be number one. I think he's number one.
Big take.
I think just because of attacking creative ability. They don't Steven Gerrard, they're just general. They're just, he was just 95% of the time he did everything right. Where De Bruyne just have that attacking flair to your game, yet he's so robotic as well. It's just,
He switches
look at the
off
way
like
he just drives it out and just, he hits the way he hits the ball.
What's the
No, that performance is like
I'm him.
It's not I'm him. It's bro. I'm gonna win. Like we are way better than you. That's all it was. And
Yeah.
Like no, I'm not even
It's
like
this.
it's that, bro. And De Bruyne knows.
Yeah.
Like they know they're not going to lose that game.
And that separates elite players and world-class players. Just those big games. Because Martin Odegaard, top players been this season.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of big games he's ghosted in. I don't care. He's a passenger in these big games.
Oh, definitely.
The only big team he stepped up against was you guys at home. But that's at the Emirates. Like, come on. He's got to pull his weight.
It's still young.
Coldest,
Yeah.
De
coldest,
Bruyne was never like this, bro.
coldest moment of the season that I can remember so far was De Bruyne walking off after he got subbed off against Arsenal.
And
And then the
And they were
bottles.
throwing
yeah.
bottles at him. That's the coldest moment of the season. Like,
Come in.
yeah.
But you know what? That game at the Emirates, I kind of got out of that game, but we did lose, but we could have won. Like, we played well. We dominated possession
Until
in
that
game.
goal.
Yeah.
Until that
we
goal.
were in it, and at the end of the day, it was a Tomiyasu mistake that Kevin De Bruyne. Gabriel was very floppy at the back that game. When you
Mentality.
looked at, came out of the game, I was like, okay, we kind of gave it to him though. But this game, I was watching it 10 minutes in. I turned to my mate because I was watching it with all my mates. I was like, we're not gonna. Can't see us scoring. I couldn't see us scoring a goal, and that's when it gets to that level. You don't deserve the Premier League.
And
the better team won.
When you look at City play, a lot of the times you go, how's the other team ever going to score?
Yeah.
Like Edison. Oh, don't start.
Champions League final.
One sec, before we talk about Edison, I watched Kyle Walker yesterday with Sui and Mem's eyes. Because we put everything aside. Kyle Walker's unbelievable, but he's literally just a Brexit player. Like he's so
He's rash.
Like ever since Pep.
This was a crash.
Ever since Pep said, look, technically Kyle's not the best player to have in our system, I've really started watching this man. I'm like, what's Pep talking about?
You watch him with it, like you watch him as a shit player. You ever watch a player and like hate on him?
Yeah.
And they start making errors. That's how I watched him yesterday.
Yeah.
It was the best shit I've ever seen in my
Bro,
life.
because the guy just runs and he's got no brakes. And
Yeah.
he's just running half the time.
There was a point in the season where he was playing poor. Like Rico Lewis deserved to be in the lineup. I remember FA Cup when we versed you guys in the FA Cup. Martinelli got subbed on. They subbed on Walker at the same time. He was getting ragdolled by him. But he's turned around back in the season though.
He's getting old too, man.
He's that player that, you know, when there's a line break and you need people to recover that ball. And
He's there.
He's there all the time. Yeah. Like, don't let anyone shoot at Edison, please. Do not let anyone.
But you see, City have different, like, if they want to get defensive, he comes on. If they want to, like...
That's the luxury.
If they want
It's
to,
just a
if they want to
luxury.
be like this tactical masterclass, John Stones plays there. I can't.
Yeah. And he's
it's
an
so
insane
hard.
level defender.
People don't understand, bro, how hard it is. It's so hard, bro.
Yeah.
Like to actually finish a whole season and beat them, it's so hard, cuz.
It's not. But you know what? If Arsenal, because there was a stage where if they didn't drop points to Liverpool, Southampton, West Ham, we could have lost at the Etihad and still won the league.
Yeah, yeah.
It wouldn't have felt right. It wouldn't have felt right. Just especially the way you guys beat us. It wasn't like you won, you beat us. Like,
So, quick fire, do you think City will just end up taking it
yeah.
all the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I think there's a twist, bro.
Nah.
I think there's one more twist.
No.
And this is Barclays Premier League.
Finally, you decided to join
Are you
us.
here? How are you, bro? It's nice to meet you, bro.
I don't want to talk over anyone, man.
Nah,
Thank you, Fred. You are an editor's dream.
Thank you.
I love you.
And I'm just a piece of shit, eh?
Yes.
I've been waiting for the moment to strike.
I was actually going to bring you in.
How many times, like, I think there's another twist too, because, bro, like, the Brentford game, for example, like, you could have lost yesterday or dropped points yesterday.
Yeah.
You don't know, man, because, like, you guys go in second gear a lot, and yeah, you usually are good enough, but all it takes is second gear when one of these, all of these players are rested.
If I'm
Why
saying
are you
that,
resting players now?
I agree with
We
you.
got Madrid next week.
Oh,
mate.
yeah. True,
What do you
true,
mean
true.
rested players? They rested De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne?
No,
Yeah,
he's
but
rested.
but
What were you
like I
saying,
said-
Nick?
I was saying in the sense that,
Yeah.
like, I can see Man City doing that first 15 games of the season. Last 10 game, Man City is just a different
Yeah.
team.
So, Fred, mate, you're a bit quiet for a bloke who is guaranteed top 4 this season. Are you Jose Mourinhoing us today? Like, really? I have nothing to say.
I'm basking in, like, the awe of it, you know? Like, it's seeing all the results that have happened with Tottenham, like, every time I see like, I went to bed, it was 3-0. It was 3-0,
Last
bro.
night.
Because I wanted to wake up for the Sacramento Kings game. It was in a few hours.
All round sports head.
And then,
The bloke watched F1, everything yesterday.
yeah, and then I wake up after the Kings game. Like, I didn't even look at the score. I just assumed that it was like 5-0. I say 4-3. What's the first thing I do at 10 o'clock when I woke up?
In the morning.
Expressions oozing.
No, he deserves it. You see the set? He had a whole set of water bottles.
That was the best. That
A
was
whole set of water bottles.
Bro,
That is some.
we've got bigger fish
Bro.
to fry.
They
That
got
is,
oil in the pantry.
that is some straight up hater behavior. Well, he's.
Oh, he's a Tottenham fan.
There is nobody better at one-liners than.
Oh, he's good.
He
He's gold.
I actually think it's scripted.
Eric Daya. Eric
One of
Daya.
the funniest people I've ever watched. With, I'm just glad I was born in this era, so because I get to watch expressions oozing, bro.
Crazy.
And man, when I see 93-minute Richarlison winner, 94th
He was
minute
losing it.
Jota. So when I saw that, I'm like,
Watch
oh
along.
my god,
Straight to the watch along.
along. He's still celebrating the Richarlison goal, and he's like, "What are you doing, man? No,
Blood and the stream day.
Just end it.
he is, bro, and it's
He's
just
gold.
after all of the stuff that he was saying midweek about him, like
At Arsenal.
he's just his impression of Robbie is too good.
Oh, it's so good.
We've got bigger fish to fry. And he calls him like a Malteser or something.
Yeah, good.
How about the
Oh,
Man
my-
City Arsenal game? He full got a Tottenham jersey.
Yeah,
and he put 3 Man City stickers over it.
Oh, bro, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I just-
How you
The
feeling
fi-
about top 4, man? Sorry, bro.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Like this team just
It's locked. I reckon it's locked.
Oh, yeah.
it's locked.
Oh
It's
wait,
locked.
you went from watching. Wait. You went from watching the championship to now your team is going to be playing the Champions League.
I know. We're playing like this is what it felt like when we were in the championship. We're just pumping everyone,
Too good.
and now we're just pumping everyone. Like
Yeah.
the last 2-3 weeks, we've just smashed the shit out of everyone. It's so much fun.
Because he listened to you and he started playing Isaac.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like-
God.
How good,
start
how
playing
Hey,
Isak.
that is
You
assist I've
stuffed up.
watched.
You stuffed up so bad.
But we didn't stop. We tried.
They wanted
we
him.
tried.
They
Like
never got him.
I was going to ask you actually. I was thinking about it as well. Premier League where does he rank? Premier League
Oh,
strikers.
man,
he ranks high.
He's got like,
Isaac right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, like
he's up
right
there,
now in
man.
there.
No, not all time. Or not all
No,
time.
I'm
no,
saying
now,
like in the
now,
league.
yeah.
Number
like,
2.
Yeah, you reckon? I was thinking that.
I think right now, bro. If he's not, I think it goes Haaland, Kane.
Yeah.
and
Sorry,
Isak.
Isak. Kane.
I think Kane. No, Kane is.
Bro.
No,
he's
Kane.
not on Kane's level
Look,
yet.
Kane's
bro.
having a 25-goal season. man.
I understand, but if you give me a starting 10 and just needs to fill in the striker role, I will never pick Harry Kane.
Nah. Oh, because he's a 10 and a 9 together. Is that what
No,
you're
not
saying?
because he's a 10 and I just will. If there's Isaac available, I will always pick Isaac.
No way.
Never.
No,
He
no,
has a
it's-
big agenda against Harry Kane.
I'm an Arsenal fan. Harry Kane's one of the best strikers I've ever watched. His left foot, his right foot, he's the most consistent finisher I've ever seen. Him to drop in at halfway and ping a ball from side to side. Growing up, I don't think there's a more underrated striker. I think a lot of people go, "Oh, bro, he's never won a trophy." That doesn't have to do on a skill set of a
Who
player.
cares, bro?
But he's so asked for England too. Like that's what.
But
kind of growing
he got a golden boot at a World Cup.
Bro, he's not
You're just a
asking
hater.
him, bro.
Shut up. You're just a hater.
I'm a bit of a hater. I'm a
You
bit of a
can't-
hater.
Like, there's no denying it, bro. Like, watch him when he joins United next season. He's gonna be like.
They will go on a
sorry to
title
bring-
race with Harry Kane.
Bro, he's
That's
the
how
last
good he
piece
is.
they need. They
Yeah.
have Weghorst playing. They have Weghorst playing. up
Here we
front,
go.
bro, in their
Let him
top
cook.
four.
Let Weghorst cook.
No, I don't want to cook today. All I was going to say, I feel like Harry Kane gets underappreciated because he plays for Spurs, like Nick said, and because he's English. I think in England, they love him and they see how good it is, but traditionally we don't put English players in that upper echelon, or we don't put them on that crown where we go, this is the best player in the world, or this could be one of the best players of the world.
Yeah.
Or
I agree. I think sometimes people go, oh, they overhype the English players, but they always have a cap on where they go. They always think the Brazilian players, he's that player. You know, like Robert Lewandowski, bro. Come on, bro. Harry Kane would be putting up more numbers than he did at Bayern Munich, or even in this Barcelona side. I can guarantee you. Can I ask you, were you one of those guys that are saying City play better without him?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait. I kind of agreed with him.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I because they do. I
Facts.
watched that game against Liverpool. And
Facts.
they just, with Alvarez, they just moved it so differently. I think Haaland's finally molded to it now. I think that's why.
I think it's still. I think next season. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think next season when Haaland learns how to get a first touch,
Yeah.
beat a player,
Yeah.
and make a pass.
But he will never be able to beat a player.
He's
He's so good because he's an outlet. You watch that first goal against Arsenal. We pinned you guys in the corner. John Stones, I think it was Stones or Diaz. They'd fly it up the pitch, and he's in there at the middle. Bang, kills the ball. Bang, De Bruyne straight through. Easy as that. Because it wasn't even like you guys meant to pass to him. It was just an outlet, and he brings it down.
Instead of headering it away or
But
trying
they
to
know,
put it, he just
but they know
kills
that
it.
there's someone there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
You
why
know,
they got him
that
there.
game-
Arsenal just didn't want to admit that they were the worst team going into that game. I think they just wanted to tell themselves, "No, we're still top of the league. We are the best."
Yeah.
They had to realize that Man City are just a different breed, and you had to play the matchup
It's a
in that
step
game.
ahead, but man, it's a step ahead for them.
Yeah.
Newcastle, what happened, bro? We interrupted you.
Sorry.
We went back to the.
I changed the subject because this bloke's disrespecting Kane, cuz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry Kane.
I needed this
I
time.
can't- It'll be like Haaland
when he
versus
gets
Salah.
good wingers, like when they spend money, Newcastle.
Yeah, because you're running with men like Jacob Murphy.
Yeah.
And he's cooking. He's
Bro,
cooking.
they're all
He's cooking.
Everyone except Gordon. is cooking.
Listen,
And what did I?
He got unlucky last night.
Listen,
He's
he gets
trying to
unlucky
sneak
every
it,
night.
Could have
yeah.
finished in a brothel, this bloke, bro. I swear, man. He gets
Is
sucked up at half time.
is that because the way their head looks, or is just his ability, bro?
Everything.
Yeah, like, listen, man. I like he works hard, and that's why I've signed. He signed him, but brother, I know Eddie Howe's a miracle worker, but it seems like this bloke, Eddie's gonna have to do. He's gonna go to like. He needs a spell.
He needs
or something
Pogba, yeah. He needs
for this
Pogba to
bloke.
put that hyena spell on him.
Bro, they need something extra for this bloke.
fuck you and the hyenas.
Bro, he
not let
needs
that go.
He needs salt-based soul or something, bro. I don't know what he needs, but I feel like he can mold him into a good player. But like every time this guy gets subbed out, the team just starts scoring. He puts his Isak on the left-hand side and puts Wilson. Wilson started 2 games in his last 7, and he has, I think he's got 8 goals in his last 6 games, man. Like. Or 8 goals in his last 7 games, and 2 of them he's started. He's came off the bench against Brentford. We're at Cheese Bar, and I tell him, I literally put money on
He did,
Newcastle
he did.
2-1, bro. We put
Because they were down 1-0.
Didn't it- and the
1-0
ball-
against Brentford. It nearly was 3-1, and then the goal that got disallowed. I'm full celebrating. Because I'm like, this is $1,500 for 2 grand.
Newcastle are listening to Barcelona about Alan Saint-Maximin.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good transfer for both parties.
They've been like, there's been talk about him leaving because he's just always hurt. There was a lot of talk about us swapping him for Ansu Fati because like, but it's the same issue. It's like you're getting an injury-prone player.
Don't go Williams, go
Injury-prone.
Coles with the same
Listen,
shit.
With all of like, there's been a lot of drama around Rafael Leao and whether he's gonna stay or go because there's like.
He's coming to City.
Like,
You
bro,
reckon that's writing on the wall?
Bro, I reckon.
He's coming to City.
I don't
Where's
think
he going to play? Jack Grealish is a
Look,
world
half
beater.
the time.
We're losing Bernardo.
He's not a Bernardo replacement.
Not a replacement, but Bernardo. What are we saying?
You watch Leao, he does not have the work rate to play in that City team.
100%.
Brother, no one has that work rate to play in that City team
But
when they
did
get
Jack
there.
really-
You got to develop it,
Bernardo.
dude. Jack didn't either.
Grealish has got the work rate. Leao does not have the work rate to.
He goes missing in a lot of games there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's them moments that make superstars, bro.
But he can change the game on
Yeah.
the scruff of the neck.
That assist.
They're just elite players. They're the players that separate the price tag. They can change a game by themselves.
And it's to
I
get
just
somewhere
don't know
with
if that's a
press.
Man City system to do that. I did think of a Man City, a Liverpool that left forward,
Him, yeah.
just cut like.
Right.
Nu-
I think
in behind.
Nunes, Leao, Salah.
they have-
no one's scoring. Frank
bring in-
Lampard.
You see those?
It's like
Let's all laugh at Chelsea.
Hey, Ali!
I'm at a Reece James clip. Everyone got so upset, bro. I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted.
He's shit.
Reece James.
Yeah, he's shit. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it depends where you. At the end of the day, for Chelsea, he was almost playing as like a right forward at times. That's why he was bombing up. I think he's great for that position. I think Trent had the luxury of being in that position before they kind of knew let's attack down his side. I think even Trent's gonna have a decent season next year. I watched his game against Leeds, against Arsenal. He was good.
The hybrid role. Is
Yeah, the way they just inverting.
I think it adds so much more because he's not just looking at one side of the pitch.
Yeah.
He's got, I think, 6 assists now.
Yeah, that's even like I looked at Robertson's on 8 assists. It's
Yeah.
like I was surprised by
Yeah,
that.
bro.
Haaland's on 6. Yeah, sorry, I just fell in there. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
of
so easy
Political
to
city.
tap in assists.
is that more than Alvarez?
Like I was watching
Yeah, we're going back to
the
this.
overlook.
Yeah,
What's
The, overlap.
the overlap? Sorry, I was watching the overlap, and the City fans like, yeah, I'd like to, if we win the Premier League, yeah, I'll be happy. But champion, I was like, bro,
That's what I'm saying.
that's
yeah.
what I
Bro,
mean.
That's what I'm saying. To them, my world would stop. That's what I was trying to say. I've got Man City fans and they signed these players. But I still remember when Arsenal signed Nicolas Pepe I remember the world stopped.
Yeah.
We spent 70 mil on Nicolas Pepe, and it's like we got Jesus himself to play on the right wing. And then they just get, oh, Ruben Diaz, yep, 60 mil. Yep, Rodri, yep, 60 mil. Cancelo, yep, we'll take him for 50. Like, it's nothing to them.
Yeah.
Didn't hit. No, Man City are good at hitting their signings. Yeah, but
definitely.
you're also spending the big money. Them across the table, they don't know how to spend their money most of the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get me started.
Hey, you know what? You know what about Tanaka actually says, yeah, bro, like,
He's still got Maguire receipts in his pocket.
he's still trying to return him to Leicester.
It's tough, man.
Did you guys see Marcus Rojo?
That was so...
Oh, man.
Come on, Marcus Rojo, the guy was a walking own goal, bro. Come on, bro.
red card, that's
Yeah,
what-
exactly. He was a walking liability.
And then there's this thing he does where he does compilations of like all these long passes.
Maguire,
Yeah.
himself,
Yeah, bro.
His
kid you
PR
not.
team.
and they put him on his own
No,
TikTok
his
page.
PR team.
How have I
His
not
PR
seen
team.
this?
But bro, I sent it to the boys.
They
like
do game
the other week,
highlights.
bro. Bro, I sent it to the boys the other
You see
week.
Nick's face?
Because here it is, I'm just thinking, I was going through the Tigers TikTok page today before they won their game against Penrith, and it's just them training all the comments like, yeah, get a win, get a win. They're just abusing him. They can't catch a break. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, fun fact, I'm giving you all a task to do. Go look at the comments in the Chelsea Instagram. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
destroying.
So funny.
Oh, my God. It's so good.
That's a walking loss.
But that a Maguire clip just reminds me of what Rio said about Olan Tekers, bro. Like they're chopping up clips from when they lost 10-0 to Fiorentina. You know what I mean? Like, you don't chop up clips when you get smashed like that, bro. Because what's your job as a defender? Love you, Olan.
That was
It's the same thing, bro. Like, the
be
bloke
honest-
lost 3-0 and they're making TikToks about his long passes.
Surely not. Against Sevilla, no way.
no.
I don't know if it was
Nah,
like
it wasn't
that.
after a loss. It was after a win.
It was after win.
It's after a win.
They time it. They time it.
Wins.
Yeah, when he starts, he doesn't like they lose. But when they bring him on the bench, no, it's facts.
Quick fire questions for you. It's just about the league that we've had so far. Worst player of the season.
Worst player of the season that I've watched? I'm going to say David De Gea.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Worst signing of the season.
I'm actually going to go Koulibaly.
Koulibaly?
Good one.
Koulibaly. I think because I thought he was going to come in and just because they sold Rudiger, and I thought he was going to come in and be like world class centre back. I remember we used to compare him to Van Dijk when he was killing at Liverpool. I thought he was going to come in like proper hold, but no, hole at the back.
I'd argue that and say Richarlison's been worse, but
Okay, good point.
yeah,
Good point.
yeah.
So yeah, hadn't scored a goal.
Finally got his goal. Finally got his goal.
If he won the game, he would have taken all that away.
best signing of the season.
Easy answers, Erling Haaland.
You
isn't
can't.
it?
He's out of the.
No, yeah.
He's out of it.
He's out of because I think when you talk about best player and everything, he'll just win every single one. So he's in his own category.
We're talking about him lots. So it could be Alessandro Isak, I think, for Newcastle. I think he's hit it off second half of the season.
Well, there's so many. Like, there's Pope for £10 million.
Yeah.
Bro. He's been the best keeper in the league this year.
Yeah, Casemiro.
Casemiro,
Yeah.
Botman.
Alvarez.
I was gonna honestly, I
Botman.
thought an underrated shout was honestly Zinchenko until these last few games. I
Yeah.
really rated him.
Trent.
In the context of the season,
Trent killed that one.
Yeah, I know.
You still got to put him in that conversation.
Exactly.
Trent killed that one, though.
The favorite moment of the season.
Favorite moment
I think I know what it is for you.
for Arsenal? Maybe I'm not sure.
Not for Arsenal, but just in general.
No, I'll say for Arsenal. I reckon it's when we scored that last minute winner against. You know what? Actually, my favorite actually is Aston Villa. I'm gonna say the Aston Villa.
that
game.
Reece Nelson?
The Jorginho.
No, that wasn't Reece Nelson.
the
That was the Jorginho. Because I was at Cheese Bar and we're down and we're there and there was Aston Villa fans in the corner and we were all Arsenal. Well, if you Arsenal fans downstairs, Arsenal fans upstairs, and we scored. We were like whatever, equalised, and we scored. Jorginho, yeah. And we all went downstairs to celebrate together. But then Emi Martinez got sent up, and then Martinelli scored the goal in the open net. So because we were all together, Martinelli scored the open net, and we just went cry. I've got a video on my phone, and it was limbs. So you know what? I'm gonna say that goal was my favourite moment of the season. But watching from home, Eddie Nketiah's winner against Manchester United, in that last minute
That was
was
nice.
sick.
Now
It's been a long season.
you've had now let's say you're having a Bucks night.
Yeah.
And none of your mates are available to be your best man to take you through the whole wedding process.
Okay.
And the person you have to choose has to be a Premier League manager, past or present.
Manager.
Yeah, who are you taking and why?
Easy answer is Jose Mourinho, isn't it? It is. Come on. You're taking manager, it's Jose, the one with personality.
Yeah.
Do you imagine
I
you're
want
out
a
there, but
scenario.
say you're on a Bucks night and you're with the boys and you're about to go out for a big night, and he comes up with a speech. He goes, "My friends, today you either have it or you don't have it, yeah? And we go there and we play. My friends, let's go." And could you imagine the pep talk he'd give you? Come on.
How many
It'd be
shots have
insane.
you had, Jose? 3.
All of you combined is one Premier League. For everyone, me, 3. Respect, man. Respect.
I reckon if you get booted out of the club, he can finesse the security guard. Bro. I am not the one
didn't he-
from the bottle.
Bring Frank Lampard for vibes, baby. Yeah.
But no, seriously.
You know, I like that. I like when you said Brendan Rodgers.
Great character. Great character.
Yeah, he'll talk.
You know what? No. Neil Warnock. Neil Warnock.
You gotta fucking die for the 3
Gotta
points.
buy for 3
Bro,
points.
I would bring
If he's a spam man, you gotta fucking mark him then. Fucking hell. My fucking daughter's walking down the fucking bridle line. Fucking stay on her for 10 years straight, yeah? Fucking hell. Man,
good. What the hell?
Bro, you're actually good at
oh, bro, I don't want to be that speech like I'm fucking off by heart, bro. It's,
Yeah. You gotta fucking
die
die.
for 3 points.
Before you-
All right, I've got a difficult start bench sell for everyone here to discuss. So it's a start bench sell. First player is Invincibles Henry. Second player is 2009 Cristiano Ronaldo. And the third player is Champions League Didier Drogba.
I think it's kind of simple, to be honest.
I know your order already.
I think it's in the order you said it. I think you go Invincibles Henry, best player in Premier League history. 09 Cristiano Ronaldo won a Ballon d'Or, probably the last player to win a Ballon d'Or from the Premier League. And yeah, don't get me wrong, Didier Drogba is clutch, but he's just not an elite level footballer. Like taking on a man, that separates a lot there. I think you got to go that.
Yeah, I think I think it goes in the same order as well. I think the first two are really close. I think they're just on another level to Drogba.
Because 09 Ronaldo is he was more of an out one-on-one winger.
Yeah.
He didn't have the goals to his like a poaching ability. It's a different Ronaldo to Real Madrid Ronaldo, but I still love that Ronaldo. Like that, he's just an idol when you're a kid. Like you see the step overs, everything, the hair, the long sleeve kit. It's just
Everything about it.
I do want to say one thing. That was the biggest Ballon d'Or robbery I've ever seen. Thierry Henry not winning it. Like,
Yes.
like, that's up there with. Huh? He lost it to Nedved.
Nedved. And you look at like the numbers, like Nedved had like 16 goals and assists.
Bro,
It was
like he had. That's the year he had the assist record as well. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
yeah, he did.
Like, bro, how can you not give it to him? I just don't get it. I will never understand.
So these 3 teams are going into a competition and playing each other in like an elimination comp, and one team's left standing, and you tell me which team you think that's going to be. First team we've got is again Invincibles Arsenal. Second team is the purple kitted Real Madrid, if you remember that, and the third team is the current Man City team.
I think well, I'm gonna go with that. I think the current Man City team come out on top there. I dead set think they do. I think people. I said it on a TikTok. This is the best Man City side of all time. Someone questioned. I was thinking about, but this Man City side go down as the best Premier League side of all time. They do the treble.
They do the treble.
Maybe the 16-17 Ronaldo Real Madrid side player for player. But they weren't a side that would be able to dominate the ball against this Man City side. No chance.
That tactics,
this Man City side would toy with them. They could probably win on the break like Real Madrid do, like they did last year. But that's just the nature of the matchup. But a better team, bro, this Man City team wipes it.
On Real Madrid because it's got the noodle hair Ronaldo, bro.
With the purple kit.
Nobody is stopping noodle hair Ronaldo, bro. That's on like the level of like 2012 Messi, man. Like that's his peak season in my opinion, bro.
Clutch Ronaldo.
You're not stopping noodle hair Ronaldo. I don't care who you've got. You're talking about Bernardo Silva, how he's playing that. That's not stopping the brother.
That's it, bro.
Noodle
Kyle Walker
hair
pockets,
Ronaldo,
baby.
Brother. Kyle Walker could try to do his most Brexit tackle ever, bro. He's going to go sliding into row F, bro.
I like that one, right? Send him straight to the stands.
Ronaldo, man.
What the Arsenal Invincibles did, I think, gets overlooked so easily. Like, no team's done it since. Like,
They'll never do it.
You can't do that. I think people go like, oh, well, they got knocked out of Champions League. Bro, that Centurion side got knocked out of that by Liverpool in the Champions League that year as well. Like, it happens. But to go 38 games undefeated, bro, that's very underrated.
It's crazy.
But you go player for player with these elite sides now. No way. No.
I've been seeing it pop up online. The argument, is Pep Guardiola a better manager than Sir Alex Ferguson?
The way I look at it with Sir Alex Ferguson, the thing I respect about him is how he outgrew eras. Like, he outgrew teams. Like, you look at Klopp, he's struggling now to outgrow this Liverpool side. It's come to the end of that era where Sir Alex Ferguson would go from Dwight York to Andy Cole and then bang, you would go
more ruthless.
to Wayne Rooney. Yeah, he was very ruthless.
That's
He
what
would
you
cut
have to
Roy
be.
Keane out of his side when he needed to. But I think that shows the manager side of football.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Pep Guardiola was football based. If I had a game
the
to
best
save my life,
you need the
I'm taking Jose Mourinho.
Yeah,
You need the
that's
best
my
football
guy too,
mind.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Guys, episode 42 has been sponsored by Error Inc. If you guys need any tattoo removals done, link in bio. Go and check it out. Free consultations available. Use the code AJIBE when you get to the clinic for a 10% discount. Thank you so much for tuning in. Nick, thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you again.
I loved it. Hopefully see me again when Arsenal are Premier League champions.
And you're going to watch a game here very, very soon, brother. The doors are open.